Well, hello everyone. I am Matt Powers, host of The Matt Powers Show. Welcome back to our show where we talk about nerd culture and all things comic books and video games and cartoons and TV shows and movies and whatever we want to talk about, really. Today, a big piece of news was dropped. Now, for those of you who don't know, one of my favorite cartoons of all time is The Venture Brothers. And if you don't know what The Venture Brothers is, it is a very long-running cartoon. It's been going on for like 20, 25 years now. That's sort of a parody of the old Hanna-Barbera Johnny Quest cartoons. In fact, some people call it the spiritual successor because it takes that style and some of those stories and kind of moves forward with it in a more sarcastic way, and it's very funny. But it has been going on for a while, and just recently, season 7 had wrapped up. I would say recently, a couple of years ago. And unfortunately, while they were working on what was supposed to be one of their last seasons, Adult Swim canceled The Venture Brothers. Just canceled it right out. That's pretty rough, because they left it on a cliffhanger. They left it with some big ideas open out there. A lot of plot threads that needed to be wrapped up, and there's still more story to tell. There's still more to watch, and unfortunately, that Adult Swim just, for whatever reasons, didn't want to keep going forward with the show. But they did say they wanted to continue producing Venture Brothers somehow, which makes it all real sketch. No one really knows what happens or why they had to cancel the show if they really want to keep making more Venture Brothers. Well, today, Adult Swim announced, amongst other things, that they will officially be producing a Venture Brothers movie. Now, this will be a cartoon movie, but it will be a continuation, of the show. So that way, instead of getting a season 8, which we didn't get, we'll actually just kind of move straight into this movie. And they gave us a synopsis of the film that says, and I quote, "Doc's latest invention will either bankrupt the Ventures or launch them to new heights as Hank searches for himself, Dean searches for Hank, the Monarch searches for answers, and a mysterious woman from their pasts threaten to bring their entire world crashing down on them." So this all sounds really exciting, actually. For starters, those who watch it know that Hank and Dean are the titular Venture Brothers, but the show's really about their father, who, Dr. Venture, who's, when he was young, he was an adventure boy. His dad was a super scientist, used to travel the world, and the Doc was dragged along, on all these crazy adventures, Rusty Venture. And then now that he's an old man himself, and he has these 2 kids, Doc is, he's a failure. He really just has not lived up to the promise of his life at all, which is what the show's about. The show's about failure and about not living up to your promise. And the 2 characters, the Venture Brothers, is sort of their adventures as well, and kind of the stories that are being told as they're growing and changing and, becoming the men that they're supposed to be. And it actually sounds really interesting because they did leave it on a cliffhanger. One of the Venture Brothers is sort of lost in a blizzard, and we don't know what happened to him in New York City. And the Monarch had just found out a piece of crucial information about his past, which I won't spoil here in case you haven't seen it or haven't caught up on it. But all of the Venture Brothers is available on to watch on Hulu. I highly recommend, or HBO Max, I think, as well. Go out there and watch it. Get caught up on it. This movie's going to be big. This is going to be one of those things that kind of marks that era when it comes out. And I'm really excited to see it. But the bigger question is, what do you guys think? Are you fans of the Venture Brothers? Have you been watching it as long as I have? I think I've been there since the very beginning. Have you caught up on it? Are you at as far up as you can be, or did you stop watching anywhere during the course of the show? Are you excited for this movie? Do you think it can tie up all the loose ends? Let me know in the comments below, or send me an email at davidcampproductions@gmail.com. And listen, of course, I love you all. I'm so glad you're here, but do make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I know all us YouTubers say it, but man, it really helps. It's a big help to me. And then share this video with your friends. Guys, let's get everybody watching the Matt Powers Show, so that way more of the Matt Powers can come at you every day, every week, for the rest of your natural lives. And as always, I'm sitting here saying, nerd out.
Through the vortex!